So I'm adding on this part 2 of the video pertaining to an update as to what kinds of projects I'm working on here on my Acalaacala channel, because I actually forgot a couple 3 things that I actually was working on and I think are important to add as an addendum to the previous video, which I've labeled as part 1. One, of course, is the Amida in 8,000 lines, translated by Edward Kahns. I really like Kahns's translations, and I so highly respect him for having committed himself a tremendous amount of energy in translating these Prajnaparamita sutras. And with respect to these sutras, it is understood, I believe, that the version in 8,000 lines was the original. So anyhow, I'm plowing through that on a slow pace to hopefully get the whole thing recited at some point on an unabridged basis. Secondly, even though it hasn't gotten a lot of views and I'm not sure how, quote, popular it will be, while I recited the entire Lankavatara Sutra, Suzuki's translation, as far as the chapters are concerned, there is the sort of the verse section called the Sagathakam, if that's how it's pronounced, which occurs after the main chapters of the sutra. And so, again, I may continue to recite and edit and upload these verses for anyone who has an interest in that. And finally, you may notice these excerpts of the Lotus Sutra that are in a pretty dramatic form where I've put text on the screen, and that text is actually text that I pulled from the sutra and typed into a typewriter before the age of computers, way back in the day, around 1979, 1980. And these were very meaningful to me just in terms of sort of the emotional impact of the way I've organized them and the impact of the meaning that they have in terms of their content. So take these for what they're worth. I hope you enjoy those. Certainly any of you who are studying the Lotus Sutra may find them of interest. And of course, they come from the threefold Lotus Sutra. And before I close this second part of this update, let me just mention that since you're not viewing my face, what you are viewing in this video are photographs of some of the scenes within my office here at home that I look at when I'm reciting these scriptures. And it'll give you an idea as to the kind of inspiration that I'm surrounded with in this space, which in some ways I think of as a form of the Pure Land. So with that, I'll again close with Namu Amida Boots, Namu Amida Boots, Namu Amida Boots.